break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of ESL Challenger League in North America. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you again tonight. Nate, it's 3 straight days of CS2. And man, we get to see some new teams today. It's not Forsaken, it's not EG, it's not Nouns, at least here with us. But boy, is it good to be back, and it's good to see some more North American action here in the new iteration of Counter-Strike.
It's always good to see some more North American Counter-Strike. And speaking of, let's take a look at the schedule because we are not the only stream for this evening. As you mentioned, we are watching Badass versus Wildcard. But over at ESL CS, you will be greeted by JRT and Darth Mike, and also a game between Bad News Bears and Nouns Esports. Again, that is on ESL CS. We are following Badass versus Wildcard. And Boggs, these are two interesting teams. Badass has had a mixed start to the season, whereas Wildcard have had a fiery hot one.
They have had a fiery hot one, a 6-0 start and 0 maps dropped. They have been phenomenal in CSGO. Now, that is the caveat for Wildcard. They've yet to win a series in CS2. In fact, they've yet to win a map in Counter-Strike 2. Badass have lost their series against BNB, the Bad News Bears. But I feel like when you just look at the history between these two teams, the history these two teams possess, at least go looking at Go, you have to give Wildcard an edge, especially with how consistent every single member of this team has been.
Yes, Wildcard is a team that's been together for a while. Actually, both of these teams could be said they've been together for a while, especially considering how volatile North America can be. Wildcard, of course, slight, cryptic, freshy, darty Brett. It's kind of been a core for a long time at this stage. I think climbing the ranks as a unit. Badass on the other side have made some changes here and there, but they're still, for the most part, keeping to a core. Snav, Dare, Intra, Project 90, and Frankie. As you mentioned, both these teams have had ambivalent starts in CS2. Badass dropping to Bad News Bears. And as we saw in the North American close qualifier for Yanshoping, Wildcard had an abysmal debut in CS2, dropping 2 series in 0-2 fashion and bombing out day 1. Now, I have to add a caveat there. They were playing against some of the best teams in North America. They still showed next to nothing. I think they had a 1-13 loss. Yes, they did, versus EG on Overpass, a 3-13 loss versus Forsaken on Vertigo. A lot of difficult scorelines, and honestly, there's really not that much you can glean from a scoreline like that.
No, there's really not. It's just complete and utter obliteration from one team onto the other. And those were the most lopsided scores we really saw throughout the past 2 days. They've been more close, more contentious. But one thing I've also noticed, Nate, is every single series pretty much predicates around 4 different maps, some sort of variation of Ancient, Nuke, and Mirage or Inferno, maybe a Vertigo thrown in there too. There's not much variety in terms of maps being played right now, which is a bit disappointing for one thing. And for two, I would like to see some fresh maps. I would like to see some Anubis. I would like to see some Overpass come through. It's being a bit bland with the same maps over and over again, but teams are finding maps they're comfortable on, and it's surprising to me to see Ancient as one of those.
Yeah, Ancient's a map that was, again, kind of hit or miss for many teams. Some people didn't really like leading into it, but it seems like as CS2's kicked off, everybody's kind of dipping their toes into that water. As you mentioned, some of the maps do feel less played. I've yet to really see an Overpass game. Same for you, I'm sure. So I do want to see that map, but of course, we are unfortunately not going to see that tonight. I'm going to start with the bans. Badass were the team to ban first. They banned Anubis. Good idea. We know how good Wildcard are on that map. Wildcard proceeded to ban Mirage. First pick is Vertigo. You mentioned it as one of those maps that we do see occasionally. We are going to see it here, and it does have me a little bit worried because, again, Wildcard dropped that map versus Forsaken in a 3-13 fashion.
Yeah, it was not a good performance from Wildcard, though Forsaken also doing quite well throughout that qualifier, narrowly missing out on the grand final where Nouns probably would have inevitably reverse sweeped them again, because that's just what Nouns done to every single team they played, e.g. twice, Forsaken once. Forsaken, though, looked very good, albeit a little too regimented, not flexible enough to adapt on the fly. But Wildcard, they're going to be looking for some redemption against a team with a little less firepower than Forsaken in Badass. And one thing, too, Dare has not really looked himself as of late after the start of ESL Challenger League Season 46. So I'm curious to see how they'll do on Vertigo without such a strong opping presence and with the op being as it is in CS2. But folks, We will have to find out what happens on Vertigo because we're going to cut to that break. And when we come back, we'll kick it off on map number 1 between Badass and Wildcard.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, right into the action. It is map 1 Vertigo, the pick of Badass. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and I don't think we mentioned the other 2 maps in this best of 3, but you just saw them in the top right corner. It's Nuke and Ancient, and a no-nonsense play towards B is the name of the game for Cryptic and crew as he takes point. The IGL finds 1. A second is dinked and taken down, but the player on backup side is totally unexpected. Frankie, 3 to his name, and that leaves Brett the Lurk on a P250, no armor, and a 1v2, and they already know where he's coming from. Trying to find a headshot is Brett, but he has no HP, no Kevlar to save him. It has to be 2 clean kills now, and while he does find some chip damage on towards Dare, it's a lot to do still. Plenty of time, but no bomb, and again, no HP.
Yeah, he's about a 2-shot to USP with no armor, and they're not going to peek him now. They know what they have to do, which is hold their line, peek together, get the trade at the very least. Re-swing from Dare. Somehow Brett is still alive and just chunking them down. Finally, Dare puts the final nail in the coffin, and the pistol round is converted for Badass Gaming. And here's the thing, Nate. We saw so many pistol rounds go the way of the Glocks in our 4 matches yesterday and the day before.
Majority. I would say
Yes.
It's definitely skewed Glock for sure.
Heavy. But Wildcard were just mowed down. They got obliterated.
They sidestepped backside. The triple
Yeah.
stack was totally overlooked as a possibility.
You can't do that.
No. Shane has an MP5.
That's
Is what I'm interested in, but the nade damage, as Hugh just so clearly gave an exclamation for, is brutal. Cryptic Darty Slight. Very low. That nade's going to tag even more. And take 1 with it, actually. Snav finds 1. Project 90 a second. Slight is not long for the world in this corner, and Cryptic is on a sliver of HP. They should find nothing. Okay, Cryptic. Ensures the Caster's Curse activates immediately with that kill, but that's all he'll find. Quick second for Badass Gaming, and now Rifle's on deck for Wildcard.
Rifles here against the SMGs, and Snav will probably go for one of those as well. Or Project 90 will be on the rifle, so Snav will get dropped the MP9. 2 M4s, an MP5, 2 MP9s, a considerable chunk of utility, which is a good thing considering how effective it was for Badass in the round prior. A little bit of stairs control being taken too. Shane up top with the MP5, but the M4 going close and personal is a bit of an interesting call. Nade finds nothing and he goes too deep to block out that, or dissipate that smoke, I should say. Frankie, though, a dangerous game. There's not really a refrag potential for Shane yet. As the smoke fades, fresh, he spots and removes the first contact. And he'd have to know Shane's here with that Molotov. Freshy, will he burn alive in that corner? I think he's fine.
Seems
Still a
safe.
little toasty.
I could use a warm-up right now as well. It's getting cold outside.
Yeah. Don't develop hypothermia on me, Nate.
Unless the brain's still working and the one-liners keep coming. Safe.
All right, good. Just if you feel sleepy, remember, don't fall asleep.
Just keep talking.
Yep.
My job. Laid
Should be
play
easy
towards
B2.
B. It should be. There's nobody here. Should be as free can be, but you know, Wildcard do tend to overthink, and this flank could be very timely as well.
Bomb going down. The flank will not be as timely as would have been hoped for the CT side. And there's 4 players from Wildcard all the way down the stairs, ready for these players to walk on through. Might just be exits being played by Badass, and that's a good call considering they don't exactly have a lot of money with the utility purchases needed to try and stymie a push. You might as well save what you have and try again in the next round. Also, 5-man hold is not going to be unraveled. So,
Yeah.
GG go next. 2-1 the scoreline. No exits either, as all of Wildcard going the safe way. They had a probe from Brett, who lurked all the way in towards A, and Wildcard know where the safe exit is. All they needed was the 1. The gun should be recoverable, though. That M4A1.
Bomb might have sent it flying.
Yeah.
But they can buy. It is unlucky, but Derek can drop the MP9 and pick up an op. Frankie could even eventually buy an A1S for himself if he really wants it. They're actually going to stick with the SMGs. They're going to stay true to them. I can respect the call, but I am a little bit worried they might not have the stopping power required.
That's some good nade damage. That's why they wanted all those nades. Brett down to 53. Slow default from Wildcard in the early going. Dare on Ivy with the op in hand. Frankie over towards top of ramp. Nate, no more Michael Jackson peaks.
I've heard there was an update.
Patched it. Mm-hmm.
Well, you and I were in the trenches at work. They did indeed out a patch.
Yeah. That's a good molly.
Shane goes for a peek. Oh, it's an awkward duel again, but Darty's the one to finish it. Freshie again, the first point of contact, narrowly surviving this time around. Sly's going to make inroads elsewhere. Towards A, if I'm not mistaken. Just toying in that smoke. Get up side hall. There's nobody here. Having Project 90 getting aggressive towards middle. Trying to get some information. The op of Dare, though, is slinking towards side hall. Cryptic, if he swings this, he'll be met with a nasty bullet. Off angle for the MP9 does nothing. Darty should have a flank now on the op. It doesn't matter. Cryptic swings. Dare misses the shot or is caught looking. Project 90 and Snav, the last two remaining. Project 90 should be saving that gun for the following. Snav should be going for exits, maybe trying to get the op. But it's going to be a second for Wildcard as they swiftly tie it up. The op, I think Cryptic just threw it out of the map if I had to guess.
Probably. It's a good call, too. You're not going to use it on the T side, especially in CS2. And you don't want to let Badass have a chance of recovering that op. So it's a good job here from Wildcard. 2 straight rounds and 2 flawless ones at that. Great for the T economy. Badass saving. They're going to be able to buy up at least half rifles and drop that SMG from Snav onto Dare, probably. It won't be a terrible buy. It also won't be fantastic. But Wildcard are able to get these rounds started with a 1 opening pick. And then it kind of just scales forward, whether it's a save or the opposite site or the next couple players fall like dominoes without a response. Badass have not been able to do much aside from the pistol round and that anti-Glock. They have to figure out something fast, and if they don't get anything going out of this round, I think a timeout is going to have to be called in the next, because they are saving for the next round, which is a pretty solid call, all things considered.
Yes, it is, and the Deagles can be very, very potent in the right angle. Wildcard. Using their early round utility as they do. Double nade top ramp. Molotov towards side hall does lots of damage to Frankie. This Darty Freshie combo towards B stairs has worked wonders in the early round as well.
A lot of mid pressure here. Brett has to be very careful as he lurks his way through. Badass holding their nerve, though. They're not going hyper-aggressive. They're just playing their angles. They know Wildcard eventually have to push somewhere on the map. Very disciplined from them. Brett, I think he figures someone's close. But he's going to group up with his mates as they head towards A. Down the ladder, he drops, makes noise at the bottom. That could have been heard. He's going to stomp now, and that signal rotations over to the A side from Badass. Flash is going to telegraph this. Smokes as well. In goes the util. How many people are here to stop it? It's 3, make it 4 in a second. That's a good start from Freshie, though, holding out towards Ivy. Molotov is extinguished in the smoke. And smokes. Dare gets 2! What?
He must have some sort of lineup. He has to have some sort of lineup through the smoke to catch the players crossing the site. That is unreal from the Deagle, and that might just give the team an opportunity into it. 4 damage done to Brett. The Deagles, I mentioned they can be deadly, but I did not expect this from Dare. Frankie is low, sure, but numbers could simply win this out if they play their cards right. Project 90 has a kid as well. Brett, I like this off angle. Play it right. First secured, second spotted and tagged. Freshie finishes him off, but not before Project 90 snipes down Brett. The last 2 remaining. playing far back, as they should. Freshie 1, Project 90 stuck between 1 and 2. He'll get 1 before he falls, but can't win the round. Wildcard take it. That was an expensive round against what was a half buy, if that, from Badass Game.
Yeah, it was the saved rifles, then a couple pistols purchased up, and now they're going to get rifles up here. But Wildcard had those 2 flawlesses, so their economy is not too bad whatsoever. It's still pretty solid. Could have been better, but you can't really do anything when you get double 1 dig through a smoke. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and that's exactly what Wildcard will have to do. Full guns again from Badass, though. The op in the hands of Dare. M4s on everybody else. That's a chunky nade onto Dare. That'll chase him away. 60 damage. That is quite a bit of damage, and I don't know if Phil Swift is a solution to that one.
Tape can fix it. 190. Getting a little bit too ahead of himself with the utility. Thinking Brett didn't selflessly push all the way down off contact. Lots of damage done to Snav and Shane. Dare as well, as you mentioned, that nade taking 60 of his HP. But Brett has been taken down. Snav doubling up, grabbing that AK. Okay. 1 for 1 wasn't the best, but 2 for 1 is definitely ideal. Guardy's not going to make inroads towards B, but does he expect to very close? The off angle's not respected. Cryptic will trade, but the advantage remains with Badass. They have 2 towards CT spawn, including Dare with the op in hand. Negotiate a crossing. Frankie totally unaccounted for. I had no idea it was on this flank. He'll find both with ease. And the map is sometimes hard to follow on vertical maps.
Yeah, Vertigo really does make things hard to follow on the minimap, and even the little arrows don't exactly make it the most helpful. It's significantly more helpful to have the arrows than not, but still. Vertigo is a bit of a trip sometimes. That's a great flank from Frankie, though. Just playing the long con. Wildcard, not expecting that whatsoever. We weren't expecting that. If you caught that in chat, well, props to you. Dare flashed away, won't go for the aggressive peek, and Wildcard now back at 3 apiece. I'm curious, I don't remember if Wildcard started CT or T side against Forsaken in their 1 CS2 Vertigo game. I'd like to know the answer there. Dare just gets caught in the open, though, and Cryptic's quick to flick around for the potential push from Ivy. Frankie elects not to go for it, hoping, at least betting that there was more than 1 person there. Does not win that one. Red does go down on the entrance in towards B. Shane falls to Slight, though. Darty very low. Slight throwing some utility. Wildcard maintain the man advantage. Molotov into jump. Nade to follow up towards Green. Nade goes down. Doesn't do anything. Molly counters the plant. We will rest before everything explodes. Around the smoke, Freshie sprays down a pair. Up on top of Triple he goes now, and Frankie will fall to Slight at the end. Bomb plant after the clock, just for extra money for Slight. But the lead goes back to Wildcard, and they only lost 1. They're starting to control things a little bit here on the T side.
It was a battle of attrition earlier on to tie things up and then negotiate a lead, but now it seems that they are coming into their own. They did start CT as well. I just checked. Versus Forsaken, they started on the defense. They're clearly confident in this map, though. Wanted to pick, actually, excuse me, it's Badass. I picked it. So Wildcard wanted to start T side. Okay, the math's confusing me, but I have heard from people that they do feel the T side is the favored one.
Interesting.
In CS2 in general, not just on this map,
Oh,
but
yeah.
CS2 in general.
I can see that.
The multi-kills.
Because Peeker's advantage is just that strong.
The multi-kills. You're peeking as a unit on the T side. You know? Just kind of makes sense in that respect. Freshie. Harvesting stats. He's at 10 kills on this T side. He's looking for more as well. It's a stack towards B. Wildcard have been known to go B at this stage, but Cryptic lurking up A makes the wise call and sends the team back to the aforementioned site. There's 3 deagles standing between Wildcard and 5.
Can't count out the Deagles, although Dare is dead. Wildcard have to be careful not to overthink this. Not a lot of time left. As 30 seconds into the clock. They got to get that bomb down. Don't let the pistols cause chaos. They thrive in the close quarters combat. Deagle or no. Frankie down to 1. Only 1 kill there. Snav picks up a second? That's just extra damage. Icing on the 3 kills. Oh, this is now dangerous. This is now real dangerous. You cannot give this one away. Wildcard Snav. Can he do more? Spots the head. And he delivers. Reload. Taps the bomb. 1 shot HP. Brett makes all the noise. Snav's way shut down. Wildcard.
Technically, I think it was a 1v4, but regardless, I think the L spray is appropriate. Snav dumpstering all of Wildcard. 2 51-dings on the first pair, a third on the AK towards side hall, a fourth as he aggresses towards ramp holding an off angle, and a fifth with an auspicious jump onto site box. Very well played. The timing accounted for expertly. And Badass Gaming steal away a tie at 4 apiece. They net themselves a very solid economic footing going into the next rifle round. Wildcard kind of just left it a loss with that one.
Yeah, Wildcard. Just another hat tip, although this time they lost the round. Freshie also losing more than half of his HP trying to push through a Molotov. Dare will get caught here, surely. Oh, never mind. Slack pre-fired. He would have had
He saw
Dare
the
on a
barrel.
plate.
He did have him on a plate. I'm not sure.
He didn't
It's
shoot
hard to
the
tell
right
what.
area.
It's hard to tell with the X-ray in this game. It's harder in this game than it was in CS:GO. Guardian Fresh, this combo towards B. They have forced Badass to respect the stairs control. Arctic 90 and Shane playing much further back. Minute left in the round. Wildcard have nothing much to show for it except a lot of damage onto Freshie.
Wildcard started CT side against Forsaken.
I did say that.
Okay.
Don't make me think I didn't. I swear I said it. I can't remember if they chose that map or not, but
I don't know. I'll check.
it's also an equally good question that I did not answer for myself. 3
It was
players
one.
lined up. Okay. So it is a T-sided map across the board. Flurry of kills on both sides, but kills that firmly give Badass the advantage. A triple stack behind the smoke. As it fades, sure, 2 of the 3 defenders fall, but they do more than enough to get across the line. 5-4, Badass steal away the lead. The economy of Wildcard is now left in a very awkward spot. Probably Tech 9's in armor if I had to guess. I would say if Wildcard don't win this round, which they probably won't, they should call a tactical timeout in the following.
That's a really good idea. They're just going to run down Shane. His Molly and nade not doing enough to stall this push. Wildcard pushing on through hell and high water. They continue onto the side. Cryptic gets the second before he roasts. Bomb not yet planted as it is down. Dare is around the smoke and around the side, picking up 2, make it 3 on the spray. And there is that 6th in the board for Badass. Wildcard still on 4. And will they call a tack pause? 3 timeouts for each team for the entire game. So we have gone from MR15 to MR12, or 30-round games to 24. But no timeout shall come from Wildcard, Nate. They're going guns blazing again. This time AKs in hand across the board. Minimal utility on Darty, Brett, and Freshie. And Dare hunting early. Overwhelmed by a good flash and peek from Darty.
Solid start, but Wildcard need more. We've seen how these players at Rem can shut it down. Trades coming through, 3 versus 3. Slight has yet to make his way into the side hall either. Brett rotating around from his lurk will pick up bomb. I heard a tick of chat as well. Perhaps some BM going between the 2 teams. BM stands for banter moment. Things now enter a standstill. Badass playing passive towards A, waiting for the utility to confirm their suspicions. There's the utility. They're going to play retake. Brett will get the bomb to dirt, and that will start the timer. We've seen Brett play here before. Surely this angle is expected by Badass. They've seen it once.
Surely they know Brett's here, though. Surely Slight's just got to play the trade with Freshy there on the ramp. Yeah, they know where Brett is. He's just going to get spammed. Freshy needs to get something here. Slight makes contact from side hall. Freshy sprays down one. It's all up to him. He's stopped from Snav up top on box. I think Freshy was just trying to stop the bomb plant, or the bomb defuse, I should say. But he was nowhere near, and Snav up over top has the clear angle. It's 3 in a row. Actually, I think it's 4 in a row for Badass.
It's many. I think it was 4-4 before they took back the lead.
3-4 Deagle, or 1v4 ace clutch from Snav, and then 4-4, 7-4.
Man. Now Wildcard to try and just scrounge together what they can. They're lacking utility. Brett's on only a Galil. Air still has his op, and Snav 15 kills for himself. Talk about how hard multi-kills are in this game in CS2. He's making it look rather simple with the A1S spray.
He's gotten a lot of 1v1 duels too, in general, which has helped. There's a trade. Jane got 2 out of that. That's way more than he should have.
Yeah. Freshy steals away the advantage at least. That kill. Almost had to go down though. Brett still has it on his back. He just wants to better solidify his teammate aggressively in that angle. Actually buys time for Slight. The flank is in. 1-2 secured. Wildcard do recover, but can they mount the comeback? We'll see after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, it could have been so much better for Wildcard, but Snav decided to 1v4, ace it out on a half-buy round with a deagle, badass up to 7. Wildcard managed 5, and now they've managed down the east side of Vertigo. Boggs, Pineapple Phillips on the call, Freshie with a 2-piece on the dual Beretta spam. That will give Wildcard at least some solace to get back into this round. Snav goes hunting, and he gets found by Darty. Just Project 90 and Dare left standing on the B side, but the bomb is ticking away. And I don't think there is a kit down unless Freshie had one of those. Dare, one and only one up close to the block. And what can Project 90 do from Box? Nothing. The fuse comes through, but the bomb plant is there as well. Will Badass force, or will they half-buy it? Only 2 kills, a half-buy, probably more prudent.
Definitely would be, but they could be hungry to ensure their lead remains theirs. They lose this next round, it will be a tied ball game yet again. That's exactly what the call is. Talk about Snab being the shining star for his team, but Freshie has tied him up in kills. Both at 15. Come the investments. It's rifle heavy for Wildcard, but even heavier for Badass Gaming. 4 Galils and a Deagle versus 3 M4s and 2 MP9s. I have noticed the MP9s can go toe-to-toe with the rifles more than you would expect in CS2. We'll have to see if that has an effect in this round, given Badass Gaming's investment. It's a slower one for the T side to start.
Yeah, the MP9s are dangerous, and I think that Badass are giving Wildcard a little bit of space because they're expecting that. The MP9's always been strong. I feel like it just got stronger. Which, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing for the state of Counter-Strike. But there's bigger fish to fry, like Economy. Valve have been putting up very consistent updates, so props to them for making all of those changes. This is now going to be an A play from Badass Gaming. 2 players up towards the IV angle. Slight will spam a little bit, and he'll just back away. 4-round burst. Ramp spam finds nothing. Badass are really spinning their wheels here. They're taking their sweet time. They're going to try and overwhelm the site. But there's still 3 players here from Wildcard. They're not going to be forced away because of a little bit of a fake. They're ready for this take. They're even calling Brett over too. The smokes are down, sure. Brett dodges that flash. He'll spam away and find the first. Dare does catch him over the edge of that smoke. Spam dissipating it a little bit, but Slight goes a-hunting. Darty's ready to fly on through. MP9 in style. Bomb plant does come through the very least.
Good flash.
Something good though. And, well, it's actually down to a 1v1. How did Dare get 2?
Maybe a bit of a lineup, a bit of luck, but Shane is not quick enough on the trigger. 7-7, Wildcard get the defuse. It's a full 10 secondary, but it's enough. Lots of economic damage taken, however, for this defense, as they'll have to try and scrounge together what they can. It'll probably be FAMASas or MP9s, honestly, for a majority of the crew. Slight can drop 1 rifle over. And this tight and contentious outcome of that round, combined with the bomb plant, will probably compel Badass Gaming back into a buy. Yes, it will. AK for Dare. 4 Galil surrounding. This buy became even more formidable for Badass Gaming. Luckily, Wildcard do at least have helmets to challenge the Galils.
The helmets are nice. Might keep some brains inside of skulls. And Darty combines with Slight for that first bit of damage out towards ramp. 8 damage onto Dare too. But Cryptic's found himself down to 8 HP. Not exactly an ideal start there for him, but still a man advantage for Wildcard in this 7-7 ball game. 6 rounds for each team to take the win. This jump peek from Slight's dangerous, so he does get the spot. Drops that flashbang. Goes back for more info. Badass are not going to fake this. They're just going to keep on walking. Wait. Slight's alone,
really,
Nate.
Say Wildcard aren't biting. They will rotate eventually after those steps are heard. 50 seconds left. Snap is already out though. Didn't realize that could have been a disastrous moment for Cryptic. Flipped it away. 4 players still here. They're gonna commit. Wildcard do have the timely rotations. The issue is Shane Smoke finds Slight. And now things get awkward. Shane is second on to Cryptic. Brett, I like this angle, but the smoke masquerades everything he was trying to do. One might just work. Brett through, finds 1, finds 2. Darty the bomb planter. It's just Shane alone. As the smoke fades, Brett swings. 8-7. Wildcard secure this one, and they make it far more convincing as well. No bomb plant allowed. 3 players survive, and the collapse into the ace site does pay off for the defense.
Yeah, it's a hectic fight around the smoke, but a bit of gambling from Brett works out in his favor. Darty follows up with an MP9 push through the very same smoke. And Wildcard rob Badass of what was looking like a very good round for him. Sometimes you have to take a gamble. It worked out well for the CTs in that regard. Pistols out in half pipe for Badass now as they look to run up ramp. Flight already picking up 1. Darty 2, almost a third on the round, but he's blinded. Cryptic will chime in. Frankie responds with 1 deagle kill. But it's going to be a mop-up job here for Wildcard in the end. Slight even opting for the sidearm here. HE out and down. Lands in front. But the USP will not be the one to bring him down. That picks up a second here. That's economic damage that Wildcard really can't soak up. But they do win the 9th round nonetheless. Badass no bomb plant, still have plenty of money to buy.
My biggest question is, does Freshie drop an op? Nope. And there's the answer immediately. He buys utility. We have seen Dare. Okay. I was say we have seen Dare opt for the op a couple times on CT side. I was wondering if it was going to come through on the T. We mentioned it's kind of unwieldy, but we will see it in his hands now. Round number 17. Wildcard beginning to build their lead. 9-7, looking for a 10th. Pressure's on. Lots of money invested for Badass Gaming. If they don't get a bomb plant at minimum, it's going to be awkward. Cryptic. MP9 in hand, aggressive with Darty in the backlines, and Slight his nade. Nade thrown in, 1 for 1 though. Frankie finds Cryptic. Darty doubling down. Dare drops Dare up Slight, excuse me, and Project 90 drops Darty. A flurry of frags obfuscates the exact outcome of it, but one thing's for certain, Badass have emerged with the advantage. Wildcard, I like the changeup, but execution a little bit less than ideal. Freshie and Brett, the last 2 remaining. 1 hiding at sandbags, 1 kind of passively holding middle and also listening for steps B.
That one over towards B is Freshie, and he is going to be the one tested. All 3 remaining Badass players moving into Freshie's position. He only has a flash. Brett of watch and smoke. If Freshie can get 1 and at least buy time, this is winnable for Wildcard. If Freshie gets 2, it's very winnable. If Freshie goes down looking, strike 3 called, it's going to be a save for Brett, surely. Freshie mollied, drops that smoke. Maybe. Yeah, they know he's here. Nade onto his position. That'll chunk him down and through the smoke. Snav finds him. Brett is going to go for something. Dare expects it. First round on the board on the T side for Badass. They draw within 1. The money is awkward for Wildcard. A half buy probably going to be coming forth here from the CTs. Timeout would not be a bad call either.
Wouldn't be. Talk it out, drop some pistols. Talking mainly to Freshie on that one. Slight can go for an MP9.
Come on, Freshward. Drop some pistols. Don't be selfish.
Fresh, he did. Cryptic got a... Oh, no. Cryptic bought himself pistols. Yep. Maybe Freshie's saving for the op. I'm not exactly sure.
Possibly.
Boost coming in for the MP9. A triple boost. I
like
like this. Yeah. It's not going to work out, I don't think, because no one's really here, but...
They could go late.
They could.
And actually, they're congregating.
This could be interesting. We'll see how long Slight holds his nerve. This zany angle is surely unexpected.
No reason not to hold. They're not looking. They're not looking. How many does he let run by?
He can't turn, though. That's the thing. Oh! Snab 2, tags the 3rd, and what looked so cool is now Cryptic caught looking the wrong direction. Too worried about the player's ramp. Last remaining are Freshie and Brett. 1 P250 between them. What can they do? There's probably not a lot.
So Snav has seen that before.
I don't know where Freshie is.
He's ran the stairs, I mean.
He is, but
stairs.
the map is definitely confusing me. A lot.
He's probably like smack dab in the middle of the stairwell.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's hovering in nothingness, according to the map.
He's just standing on air.
Yeah, literally.
He's a wizard. Well, Nate, the dark side is said to be a window to powers some may consider unnatural.
Sure, you think Freshie's a Sith Lord?
Might be.
Lore's been updated.
This is a good tech. They need to figure this out here before things get ugly, because we're 4 rounds away from a winner if somebody wins 4 in a row. This 13 is going to take some getting used to for the players too, but Wildcard are well aware of it, having a decent amount of experience in CS2 at this point in time. Op for Slight, that was a primary goal. Cryptic will get utility.
Cryptic surely gets utility and armor. There we go. The op was the big question mark to me. Let's see how we can fare with it. Slight's had an okay map for himself at 12 kills, but we haven't seen the big green, and that's his role on the team.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen Dare have some success with his own as well.
I love the fact he can spin the bomb around.
Every date as well. Shane aggressive towards B. Freshie, though, through the smoke, and while blind, drops Frankie. That is a big opening to find, and an opening that goes unanswered. Brett in middle by the timing out. Catch a snab. Won't over-aggress either.
Good.
And Wildcard calculated aggression paying off. The timeout as well. Paying dividends already.
Boosting up is Brett, and he might have gotten spotted. Doesn't matter. He drops down for the AK. Nate finds Freshie at long last, but the counter Molotov to stall out. A push comes through from Brett. Rotations are here. Slide as well on that off. 8 HP, 18 for Brett. Cryptic and Darty really have to do the heavy lifting. All 4 remaining players are here. The bomb is elsewhere down in lower mid. Slight legs Dare or wall bangs him. Either way, Dare wins the fight. Eats a little bit more nade damage, but he's still alive and kicking. 3v2 now, make it a 3v1. Dare finally falls, leaving Shane to recover the bomb and go to what is a wide open ace site. But how long will it be open? Because surely Wildcard will realize, hey, there's no noise here. Maybe we should send a probe back to the ace side of things. And Darty's going to be the one to do that. Brett and Cryptic will buddy up here, especially since Brett is 1 HP, essentially. It's a good idea to keep him here. Nice shot from Shane, but he's not going to expect Cryptic. He's just going to run on the site.
Yes, he is. Cryptic grabs the op as well for Slight. Smart call. Wildcard tenuously negotiate a lead once more, 10-9. And they do prevent a bomb plant, which means Badass Gaming's economy is not as good as it could have been. They do have enough saved up in the coffers, though. Investment coming through, full AKs, the op, all the bells and whistles. Wildcard will be hurting a little bit more, and this is a swing round. Both teams kind of teetering on the edge. Dare and Shane below a grand. So is everyone on Wildcard.
Yeah, it's a pretty critical swing round considering how late into the game we are, too. The winner of this round could pretty much decide who wins the map. And considering this is the pick of Badass, you almost have to say they have to win it. Especially given the fact that Wildcard do come in here as favorites. Untarnished record in Season 46 of ECL. Slight needs to get on the board with the op here. Dare will be the first to peek. Will he be caught by Darty? Will he be caught by Slight? Flash comes in. Slight holding. Loses that fight. Did Slight even take a shot? I don't think he did.
No, it was a very, very slight angle. No pun intended. I don't even think I saw Slight on Dare's screen. Very well placed shot from him. Showing us that the op can really succeed on this T side of Vertigo.
Give me junior vibes.
He is. It's not as aggressive and in your face, but it's still definitely aggressive. Frankie just walking into A. Might have one towards elevators. Already Waiting for a flash, looks the wrong direction. Frankie beheads him, and this might just be a save for Wildcard at this stage. 3 versus 5. They have good utility. They have rifles. It would behoove them to bring these into the following, given their economic situation.
I think that Darty turned away thinking that smoke was a flashbang.
Yeah, that's what I think happened as well.
That's unlucky. Now, will Wildcard get any exits? Because Frankie and Snav are making their way downtown in towards T-Spawn. Cryptic and Freshy are here. Brett is as well. Project 90 is 1 HP. Snav is in, and Snav is... Oh, neither player dies, and I think that's more of a blessing for Wildcard. Because Snav's been crispy with it. He's not able to take a shot. Dangerous time for Wildcard now as the swing goes the way of their opposition, and they can't really buy up around these rifles. Freshy can drop a FAMAS, but he'll go without utility. Brett can drop an MP9, but the same fate awaits him. It's not good at all for the CT side. They needed an opener. They needed to not lose their op on that first bit. Now, what's the call? Because either you rest everything on the shoulders of these 3 saved guns, but you still won't exactly have a strong buy in the next because you're on minimal loss bonus, or you go all in and pretty much give Badass 12 and a likely 13th.
All in is the answer. The MP9s are scary. I stand with Darty and Slide on this one.
I do too. I think you have to go for it here. It's 4th and 1. You might be on your own 40-yard line, but you kind of have to go for it. Time is late. It's 2-minute warning. And Wildcard. It's Thursday night ECL. Got to find a way to make it down to the end zone. Good nade damage on the Snav.
It's Thursday. It feels like Tuesday.
Yeah, because we're usually on Tuesdays, but we had Tuesday and Wednesday Yunshoping North American closed qualies.
Now Thursday, Friday ECL. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we got Thursday night ACL and Friday night lights.
My whole schedule, my whole inner rhythm is gone to this.
And then next week, Thursday, Friday, we have the South American Yunshoping closed qualifiers.
And then like a week later, more South American qualifiers. There's a lot going on in Counter-Strike right now. There was a lull as everybody was waiting for CS2, and now that it's happened, everybody's jumping on every opportunity to run qualifiers, matches, tournaments, everything.
Yeah, I mean, Frag already sold out, too.
They sold out immediately, too.
Yeah.
Shane's got a lot of control. It's a full-on hands-off B setup. They're actually just holding middle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. It's not a bad site to retake, though.
That's not terrible. But against full rifles and an op for dare, it's going to be very annoying. Utility damage, though.
Never mind. Yeah. I thought that nade from Shane was going to do a lot more.
Good flex. Ooh, dare blind finds one. Brett, though, trades. That's the op taken down. A big X factor in the round and dispatched. 1 for 1 is okay. Still a lot more to do, not a lot of time to do it. Flashes by lots of time for Badass Gaming. Wildcard finally spill in. One on the flank, 3 from CT Spawn. Shane combines fire for the first. Brett, a good trade. Freshy spamming out of straight desperation, and he finds nothing. Brett on the flank taken down. The last is Freshy, and he finds nothing. Badass Gaming win the round. Good read to find an empty B bomb site. Op recovered as well. Just 2 now to a 13-10 victory on their own map pick.
And probably 1 because it's just USPs for Wildcard, the good old-fashioned USPs. Maybe a P250 for Brett. He'll go for a Deagle instead. Slight can also join the party. Cryptic on the dualies. P250 for Slight. No util. And no death ball either for Wildcard. Brett holding out towards middle, spotted and removed. Project 98, a nice little headshot there. That's the Deagle gone. Now, Wildcard, without their, if you can even call it ace in the hole, 12, all but secured for Badass here. Wildcard have to be kicking themselves for that T start.
Yes, they do. Dualies and the P250 are all the Wildcard brought into this round. Mark crossed. Shane takes down Slight. That is the P250 gone. Now play into A. There are two at the side hall that could sow some chaos, but a lot of work for one set of dualies to do. Never mind, it's taken down. Last alive is Freshy. He's slowed down markedly since the first half. He had 15 at the end of the pistol round in the second half, and now he's at 17. Kind of tells you where he's at.
Nobody's joined him, though. Nobody's caught up to him. It was Freshy doing all the heavy lifting in the first half, and he needed help. The help hasn't been there. Meanwhile, Dare's had his moments. Snav's been crispy. Frankie, Project 90, and Shane have all had impact. Badass have gotten the contributions from up and down the lineup. That's why they've been able to grind out some of these rounds. Freshy, one little paltry kill. Not even a Pyrrhic victory, just inconsequential. And this buy for Wildcard will be sans the op. Rifles across the board, M4A1s from the looks of things. And map point. Not series point, folks, just map point for Badass. It's a best of 3. We still have Nuke and Ancient if we get that far. Vertigo's not over yet technically either. By golly, does it seem likely that Badass could take it here.
Feels like the momentum is in their favor. The opping has simply been better from the T side as well for Dare. Freshy, I like the gumption to go for the aggression despite being down by 2 rounds, but 1 for 1 is less than ideal. Badass, yeah, they have been rather evenly spread in terms of kills. Sure, they have Snav at the top at 20, but 14, 13, 16, 13 is quite a decent spread, all things considered, for the remaining 4/5 of this attacking side. Brett still holding aggressively towards B as well. Going to throw a flash, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, Molotov off of contact. Forces them back. Rather risky on the fight, but will survive. 50 seconds left or thereabouts. Badass still haven't made a final decision.
They're rotating back to A, but Darty's made his way the opposite way. There is a flank from Slight, though. This is a lot of information. Surely Darty goes back to A now, knowing that Darty, or rather Slight, is on the flank. You've got to get an extra player over towards A. Now the rotations are going to come through. Perhaps too belated. 27 seconds utility flying in. Slight, that's a huge opening. He is low, but that is massive. Man advantage rotations coming through. Slight still on that flank, but they know he's there. Running back towards B he is, as the bomb goes down on the A side proper. Retake utility, a nade, a Molotov for Slight. He is again on that flank, but he's made his way through CT. Time about a quarter of the way gone. Frankie, 32 HP, very low. Nades have to be perfect. Molly sandbags, nade out. Does it connect? Slight toss the nade. Slight toss the nade, buddy. You gotta go for it. Frankie's got 1. He takes a lot of damage. So does Snav, and Brett finally gets a trade back. Slight on the off. All down to Project 90. In the fire. In the flames. He goes down. It's a 1G. And I think
They have time?
there's enough time. I don't think. No. It's over.
There's no way. Project 90 takes the round by virtue of preventing a defuse. Badass Gaming take their own map pick 13-10. And the biggest takeaway from this for me, Boggs, is that they have broken Wildcard's undefeated map streak thus far in ECL.
They have it. It also adds to Wildcard's winless streak in CS2. Wildcard is yet to win a map in CS2. This one close, but no cigar. It was the pick of Badass, and it was close. But Freshy kind of was left alone for the majority of that first half. He was the one dragging that team, kicking and screaming towards at least that 5th round. Snav, Dare, Project 90, Frankie, everyone on Badass chiming in doing their job, adding kills, having big impact. And that's what clawed them over the line. A lot closer, I think, than Badass would have liked. But now with New coming up, they have momentum, they have confidence, they have cracked, they have made Wildcard bleed. And now they just need one more map, and they knock Wildcard down, giving them their first full loss in ECL.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway or biggest surprise to me, I should say, is coming into this, Badass lost one of their few CS2 games to Bad News Bears. And as we talked about,
Bad News Bears.
Oh,
So there is
full
that.
Bad News Bears. Okay,
Yes.
that changes things. I thought it was not full Bad News
No,
Bears.
it's full Bad News Bears now.
They're in action. Oh, okay. Well, okay, that changes things. Still, not the best performances for Badass coming into this. Same could be said for Wildcard, but regardless, I would say Badass has exceeded my expectations in this first map. Can they continue to do so? Can they soar high heading into Nuke? Or will Wildcard begin to mount a comeback? We'll see either way after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Trying to make it okay. He's miles away. I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you. What you holding on to? Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away. I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away. I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue?
Badass Gaming looked good on their own map pick of Vertigo, but can they translate that success into Nuke? We'll have to see. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and the pistol round is upon us. Wildcard having to start on the T side of their own map pick, and a straight play out the hut they go. Freshie 2 and 3 before falling. Shane a triple in response. It's a 2 versus 2 with 2 players on the site for the T side. Shane looking for an ace. He's found the first, but not the second. Cryptic and Brett find the final pair. Was 2 spearheads for either side. Shane's on paper sharper, but Freshie's far more supported by Brett and Cryptic. Wildcard out the gates with a dub on the pistol.
Yeah, big dub there on the pistol for Wildcard. It gets them a T-side pistol winner. Pistols are very important on CS2. This can give them a good chance to get out to a strong start on the T side of Nuke. Something they desperately need considering their floundering result on map number 1. Badass not going to invest anything at all. They're going to go for rifles in round number 3. A very smart economic decision. And given the aggressive nature some of these players have shown in the past, I think it's very respectable that this team is very reserved when it comes to purchasing things in general. Something they've shown over the last couple seasons of ECL. Slide's going to get some money, though, with the MP, or the MAC-10, rather. Darty chimes in with a pair as well, 1,200 each. And Project 90, the one holding on to the A side proper, will be met by Cryptic, so... yikes! That's an ugly one.
MAC-10 is an ugly spray. Slight will finish what Cryptic couldn't.
What is he, Kylo Ren?
I wasn't really going for a Star Wars reference. I was more so going for shade at Cryptic, but take it how you will. Take it how you will.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
The fact that you know sequel references is really telling of your character, my friend.
That's about the one I actually do know. Just because it was on the Force Awakens trailer for, like, when I was actually hyped for the sequel trilogy.
It's for round 3, though. Full M4s and an op for Badass Gaming. And we do see an op as well for Slight on the T side of the equation. An op duel early on. We did not see anything of the sort on map number 1. Let's see what makes map 2 different. Brett, a jump down from top mini, drops Snav, but Dare back towards lockers does trade. 4 versus 4 secured. Wildcard technically favored due to the fact that they're on the T side, but anything can happen from here. Duel for Cryptic, 1 out of control. Frankie dispatched rather cleanly at that. Asking me, don't have much utility left at all. Project 90 does tie it back up, but bomb plant is going to be secured here momentarily.
I think Badass are going to go for a save here. No, maybe not. They're going to start working towards Secret. They've killed a lot of time, though. They don't have a kit.
It might still save. Keep in mind.
Yeah, exits here.
Exits and also the bomb radius. We talked about this yesterday. Obtuse is not even a word you can use. It is.
No. It
has to be a glitch. It has to be a glitch. It just does.
It's a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
This is a feature?
It
like
has
a big
to be
cylindrical cone of death. It's
has
crazy.
to be intentional. There's no way it's not.
Exit 1. So it has to survive, though. Drop challenge. Oh my goodness. Cryptic did fall, so the bomb radius has not been changed. That is an expensive one for Wildcard because of that exit strategy for Badass Gaming. They've been doing their research. They know how big that bomb radius is, and they know where they should hunt for exits. Very well done from them. Wildcard will go for the investment. It feels like they're compelled to. They're going to have to shuffle the weapons around to get it done. Galil dropped. There was no Galil, excuse me. The AK's picked up. Good utility. Badass Gaming also have a decent investment. 1 MP9 for Project 90, but 3 rifles and the op still present.
The op for Dare needs to be big. It was for Badass on Vertigo at its moments. His Deagle, of course, very flashy. But no real contact yet for Wildcard. Shane will just re-smoke Squeaky up. Already gets a little bit more of a tag, but it's not going to equate to anything more than some more chip damage. Unconfirmed at that, too. Very slow round from the T's as they work their way around lobby, leaving Cryptic to lurk out our yard. Badass very congested, and I think Frankie's alone, too. No real sign of help. That nade will do nothing. They're too far back, and now they know somebody's ramp. Dare's op is towards hell. He's sitting in lockers. He might get signaled because of the utility throw and ramp, but it's all part of a fake from Wildcard. They're going to go back towards lobby and A. Although Cryptic down here in the vents, this could be where it all comes crashing down
Shane's
for
here.
Badass if he does not get by. Shane, that changes things. And now Wildcard are up a creek without a paddle.
Good adjustment from Badass Gaming, sending a player down the vents to watch Secret when the op rotates inwards. I like the call. Covering their bases. MP9 of Project 90 that was not expecting to play outdoors. He thought he had cover. Instead, it's Brett double and Slight tripling the entry. The op duel 1. That's the first op duel 1 in Wildcard's favor. Frankie, the last alive on the flank, in towards lobby. Does find one, but now the element of surprise is lost. As is the round. Freshie finds the kill, and Wildcard. Really quick start on their own map pick. I was a bit worried they might be intimidated or daunted by the loss on Vertigo, but clearly they are not. A clean 4-0 start. A 5th seeming likely as well. Money for Badass is rather poor. And they do understandably call a tack pause, probably to talk things out if they want to go for an investment in this one or if they want to go for pistols.
Pistol's probably a more likely scenario here. Never mind. Dare's gone for... pistols. Yeah, pistols. They're not going to overinvest here. It's a hero rifle for Dare. Dropped over, courtesy of Shane. But that's going to be it, I think. They're not going to go for too much more. And I think that's a wise idea, honestly. I feel like you go for a little bit of a hero rifle, you got an MP9 behind it too, a Deagle 5.7. You could reasonably do some damage and maybe even find a victory. But for the most part here, Wildcard do have the advantage. They've already got one down the vents too. That is Cryptic. But I don't think they know he's here. Nobody's ready for this. He's just working around, waiting for a vent drop as his teammates work their way outer yard, slow and steady. He's just holding down for rotations. Wildcard looking for that 5th to start this off.
A great start. Smokes for the crossing. Dare really wants the challenge. Walking around the smoke, won't find anything. So they'll get by without incident. Freshie is lurking up above. 57 seconds left and no kills for either side. No casualties in the round. 10 hearts still kicking. Slight could get caught by Dare, though. That drop heard. That is rather significant. There's no one below to really stop this point. There's one player with the Deagle at ramp. That's Snav to harass, but Wildcard pop the windows, smoke both sides of ramp, or maybe a Molotov for one, and just win the site, win the round. Slight drop Snav to start it off. Very well done. Second for Freshie, as he just waits down below outside. 2, in fact, that's the rifle dropped, and that should be the only opportunity for Badass taken out of the round.
Yep, they had an opportunity. They did not get it. Slow worked out for Wildcard. If Project 90 can save the M4, I think that's a bit of a victory for Badass. At least they don't lose that heavy investment. But they can still reinvest regardless of this fact. Frankie probably will fall here. Whether it's to bomb, whether it's to players, Freshie will look around and Darty will steal the kill. Everyone else should survive, theoretically. Terrorists win. Bomb radius on this map just is bizarre, man.
It's wrong. I'm going to say no. It's a feature for now, but it should be considered a bug.
I agree.
Until explicitly said otherwise, it's a feature, but in our hearts, our heart of hearts, we know it's not true. Full rifles, double op for Frankie and Dare. That's an adjustment. Is it the right one? We'll have to wait and see. Looks like Dare's going to go for the aggressive peek towards Squeaky Door. It's going to be naded open, so an opportunity for an early pick. Slight is contemplating the peek. He's inching into the angle, and the crosshair for Dare is too low, and it doesn't matter anyway. He doesn't pull the trigger. Slight wins the op duel again. 2 for none. On to Dare. Smoke goes in towards Mini. It's going to be a play out A. Project 90 does well to find one from above, but not a second. He's blind. Shane finds the op of Slight, but out in the middle of the open, he can't do much. His teammate comes through. Again, only good for one. Snav and Shane dispatched. Frankie, the second of the double op setup. 1v2 up in heaven. It is doable. Very improbable with an op.
They've heard him now. He scopes, he shoots, and he does not score. Darty reflects it, turns it into a 6th. The op is picked back up for Slight. Was had some success on this map now. Bit better than Vertigo, and Wildcard with a very good start. And I hesitate to say fantastic, just because they still have to close it out, and they have yet to win a map on CS2. But Nuke is looking considerably more convincing for them. And when you consider the fact that Badass played it twice in CSGO, never on CS2, and have a 1-1 record with +3 round differential, Wildcard definitely do have an advantage coming in. Snav is up on rafters. He will get one, but only one. Shane, the last player on site, will drop to Freshie's hand, who picks up a pair. Molotov out. Make it a hattie for Freshie. Dare's the last one standing up in garage, and he might have just been heard by Brett, too, as he scopes in garage. Crawling around like Shelob in Kirathungal. With no tricksy hobbitses to catch.
That's a reference that I'm not going to get.
You couldn't even watch the movies, man. I'm disappointed.
I got TikTok brain, sorry. Anything over 30 seconds, out the window.
just gotta read the books.
Everything over 30 seconds out the window. Sorry.
You
There.
read. Don't lie to the people.
I can't read.
You read every night.
They're going for exits. Bleak Silver Lining. I think Freshie and Slight both die unless they leave now. Slight might still fall. Freshie's all the way back in the middle of nowhere, so he'll live. Air should as well. Yeah, they do all survive. It's a big question for me. But a 7-0 start on T side of Nuke is quite a statement. 8 seems likely as well because Badass Gaming will be saving. But with that said, I think I have Caster's Curse this round.
Dare has an op, so he's going to go ahead and 360 no-scope, triple collateral, all headshots, jumping off of roof of garage, okay? That's what's going to happen now, just because he said that. How do you feel about yours? Holy, never mind. Maybe it's just Snav going to pull off something crazy again. I was trying to be facetious about it, but there actually is a legitimate chance that Badass won this round now that Snav's picking the gun for his teammates. And there still is that Deagle lurking behind double doors in the hand of Frankie. Molotov will not stop, and he goes in front. He's been spotted. Shane falls. Brett doubles up. That's going to restore some normalcy, but 3v3 now makes it a little bit more likely for Badass to pick it up. Snav holds on to an AK. I know Frankie's in the vicinity. All 3 players on the stairs, back double doors. Holy moly, Freshie's going to have to go nuclear.
He's gone nuclear multiple times, but can he go super critical? That's the question. Darty's here to this side of the door. Queen comes in off the contact. 1 for Freshie, and it doesn't matter if he goes super critical or not. He'll fall, but Darty, in his stead, finds a pair. Slight still has his op. And there's the support that we didn't see for Freshie in the first map. He is still a shining star, but Brett's at 6, Darty and Slider at 7 apiece, and Cryptic is calling out of his mind. Wildcard, 8-0. And even with rifles, I can't expect the Badass to do much of anything.
No, Wildcard are in full control, and at this point, it almost feels like we might see the unthinkable, Nate. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean. Fast A play, maybe a vent dive. Yeah, bombs down first. Darty slips through. Freshie does get taken down. That could be something for Badass, but look, it's a wide open B site. Plant down already. 1:35 into the round. Darty's already put that bomb down to what could be pay dirt. Dare's got 1. He's almost dead, and Cryptic falls 2. It's up to Brett and Darty. You know, 2v5 hold. That bomb has ticked away.
Oh, the flash of Darty.
Here.
There is, but Darty got tagged by the flash. That makes this difficult. Yet they still find success. Double door swings open, gives Dare 1, and Brett can't hold on. Shane gets the kill. There are kits present, and it looks like Badass will finally be on the board. I like Wildcard again, changing up the plays, getting aggressive. A little bit too aggressive, perhaps. I like it. It's just a bunch of mind games. A late ramp play to hope that they already pressed down, but of course Badass was wise to it. I really like what Wildcard are doing on this map.
It's pretty fun what Wildcard are doing. And they're playing a very good aggressive mix here. They're going hyper aggro, they're not going aggro, they're doing everything they need to do. And yes, they did lose that last round. They probably could have won it with a little less aggression, but it still puts doubt into the minds of Badass. Wildcard are just surging out onto the A side again. Shane has been spotted back silo. He is able to go 1 for 1. Freshie down to 6 HP. He has not been able to get anything done in the last couple of rounds, although he still could do something technically. Double op is out for Badass, though, which means bomb goes down. There's no chance for a retake for the CT side. You are not going to retake A side with a double op setup here. You don't have the funds, and you really don't have the multi-kill potential that you necessarily need. They don't even know that Wildcard are so low HP, and it's not like the ops really help in that regard either. If anything, it makes it even harder because you have to hit your 1 shot. It's not spray and pray, and all you need to do is hit 1 bullet or 2 in the case of Darty. Although with the 2 players up in heaven, they might be able to do it. Has Freshie cleared out B yet, though? No, he's outside. He's flanking heaven. He spots the first. And surely now, Wildcard know the jig is up.
Where was Dare looking?
Dare was watching hell.
Say, it looked like he was watching heaven. Down the vents they go.
Bomb, bomb, bomb!
So much damage taken. Cryptic will get down. But they have a combined total of 24 HP. If Badass try to go for this, it could very well work out. Frankie goes for an AK. They're going to attempt it. Snav on 3. Could win this duel depending on who peeks what, who's ready for what. One player flanking another. Freshie hears the steps. He's going to run away, throwing the flash to buy time. It's on Frankie. He's had a quiet map 2. Knows where they both were. I think this reposition, he's going to have to call it quits.
They're both dead, though. Freshie and Cryptic. I don't think they can get out of this one.
And they can go. They have to get CT or T-spawn to survive, I think. Frankie doesn't live here either. Where's he going?
He might.
Nope. He's dithering. He went to get the off, but then he realized, oh, the explosion radius is a cylinder, not a sphere.
Yeah, it's... Oh, wait. I'm dead here, even though I have full HP. This makes sense.
You can tell. He literally said, oh, wait, I should not get the op.
Yeah.
But too late. All 3 players remaining on the server die. An awkward end to an awkward round. Dare does bring out the op, albeit at the cost of all utility. You can see how their priorities lie. Slight will have one for himself as well. The economy for Wildcard is quite low. If they lose this round, it has the possibility of giving Badass 3.
Freshie's got the opener, Cryptic gets traded out, and Slight will grab one on the op, dropping around outside. Brett's the one to go up into heaven this time around, as Wildcard looking for double digits and potentially up to 1/2. Spots out, Frankie outer yard, wins that fight relatively clean. Last 2 players for Badass are on A, that is Shane and Project 90. They should be found out here momentarily. Shane tagged and all but bagged. Bomb will make its way eventually. Project 90 spotted second Benz, mowed down by Brett. And Shane will try and save the M4, because that's what he has to do. 10 secured for Wildcard here. I have full confidence saying that it's secured. I don't think Shane's going to attempt a single bit of a retake. And even saving from this position is not going to be great, although he should be fine if he stays back ramp. If he goes down to B, he's dead.
I think he dies back ramp too. I think he has to go CT or T-spawn.
Yeah, the bomb radius is so weird. It's not even a radius, it's like you say, more of a cylinder.
It really is a cylinder.
The bomb
and a
cylinder.
big one, a fat one at that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you can be on top of heaven, bomb planted backside low B, and still die full HP.
Oh, absolutely. Brett still falls in the back of lobby. He was already outside lobby.
Yep.
Shane was back ramp. Fell back ramp. 10-1 last round of the half. Nothing going for Badass Gaming. And I feel like at this point, just a formality before we head off to map number 3.
It really does feel like a formality. It's just been such a crazy run for Wildcard on this map. They honestly could have gotten through flawless if they didn't lose that one little vent drop. And there's been no stopping them. Just 100% run it down, run over their opposition. We have a tech timeout here, a mech pause, an oops pause, whatever you want to call it. Wildcard. Just want to get this one done. Move on to the final map, which is Ancient. And some redemption, perhaps, for Wildcard. Their losses against EG and Forsaken. Just 2 and 1 day ago in the ESL Challenger League North American qualifier. But Nate, this is a completely different look from Badass, too. They just look lost.
Yeah, very different look. The op is not hitting. The only person finding any success is Shane. Snav a little bit. It feels like a lot of the kills are reactionary. They're second person at contact, so they're guaranteed to get a trade. They don't feel like convincing opening kills. They feel like they're responses to something that Wildcard are doing. That does not work.
Wondering what the issue is here. We'll find out. Maybe, maybe not. We should not be too much longer, at least I hope.
I think it's probably Dare or Shane because neither of them have invested.
Yeah, I would agree. Or maybe both.
Why not both? Good point.
Who knows? They've played together for so many years now, they might as well just have a team house together.
True. Shane, Snav, and Dare at 3.
That's a trio we've seen for many a year.
I will say HLTV was saying Intro was going to play
Yeah,
instead of Shane.
which is interesting. And Shane's done very well.
Yes. Intro has been having a good 3 months, though.
That is also true.
You mentioned that it was kind of in this renaissance era, top of the team in terms of rating.
Maybe it has something to do with work.
Definitely could. You know these players, even if they aren't on the team officially as a starting 5 anymore, they definitely still sub for each other.
Yep.
Or 4, I guess. The 5th isn't really here anymore.
No, Shane actually played their last one as well against Rocket.
Well, Tech Pause concluded. FAMAS is brought out for 3/5 of the CT side. And again, it feels like a formality, but we're always open to being surprised. Badass Gaming. If you want a chance, at least win this one in the pistol in the following. If not, you might as well say hello to Ancient.
I thought Snap was going to win that.
I definitely did as well. Cryptic snaps back the IGL to a very nice KD of 6 and 9.
Nice.
Noise.
How was Brett at 2 HP? That's what I want to know. Unless it was a spam against
It's
Dare.
gotta be a spam.
Yeah, because Dare's also low. Brett's got to be careful here.
Is there a lineup? Is that what he's doing? Is there a lineup for the peak? Ooh, aggression from Project 90 to avenge his teammate. Almost a second on Freshie. Shane and Dare. Bundle events and not being cleared. Dare gets 1. Dare gets 2. The FAMAS multi-kills. A serious potential. Freshie will trade. Leaving just Shane. He's been spotted as well. Backside with the FAMAS. Please be careful. Freshie's low. The spam's in. The lineup's there. Shane recovers a second round, but will it be enough to mount the comeback? We'll see after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, Wildcard were anything but on Nuke. An absolute dominating T-half into a 10-2 finish. Badass were able to salvage a couple of the last 4 rounds, and a bit of luck and a bit of skill got them that final one with that spray down to line up
Lots
the
of
last
luck.
2. Yeah, well, you had to control the spray to be able to convert that. But
You've already told me the FAMAS's baby mode, dogs, okay? You've already built it up as a free gun to use. Lineups for the Glocks, but it doesn't matter. Slight chiming in from heaven now, backside, leaving just Dare in a 1v3. Darty's low, sure, but a Glock versus a trio seems impossible. Freshie behind with the dualies, the menace at ramp flanking with the pair of pistols. 11-2, penultimate map point on map number 2, and it looks like this half might end before it even begins, Boggs.
yeah, it's going to be a force here from Badass. They got to go in here. They got to go all in on round number 14, because if they don't, they're going to face a 10 map point streak, which is not what you want to deal with. Badass Deagles may have to be the magic elixir. The Wildcard have the MP9s, the XM in the hands of Brett too, and I love to see the auto shotty come through when I can, especially on a map like Nuke. Let's see if we can get anything done. Outer yard run from the Deagles, taking advantage of their ranged advantage. A little nice peek from Slight, and he will finish off 1. Going back for more might be unadvisable. Project 90's been heard by Cryptic as he sits in mini. Smoke down. Slight also drops off Evan. But that one-man advantage going to help considerably for Wildcard here. No refrags just yet.
Not as of yet. A minute left in the round. They're going back. Not enough utility for the crossing. Snav has 1 smoke left. Looks like Lobby might be the name of the game. Brett swaps to a pistol at a critical time. Won't be killed, but will miss an opportunity. His top hut play could just shut down an A rush or a vent rush as well.
There we go. Auto shotty kill. Not like money's really an object to Wildcard right now. Was Brett trying to fake the drop? Like he dropped off hut?
I think that was a bit of a misstep. Snav. Nice 1 Degon to Freshie. Gives them something to work with. MP9 recovered. And a run down ramp. Gonna be a rat race to plant the bomb. Cryptic, though, in control room should have at least 1. Gonna stop the plant. No! Shane takes him down as he tries. Slight and Darty, though, mop things up. The bomb plant is secured. A second casualty in the round caused, but a round nonetheless in the favor of Wildcard. 10 map points. It seems like we are going to see the overgrown walls of Ancient sooner rather than later.
The green, verdant confines of Ancient. Normally when you think of verdant, you think of plains or forests.
It's in a forest.
More like a jungle.
would be more apt.
Yeah. That reminds me, one of these days I want to go down to Peru and explore like all the megaliths. Bucket list right there. But bust out onto A for Frankie. Nobody here to defend just yet. Darty a little late up into heaven, takes some damage, and Slight will fall. Cryptic at the very least will trade back. Brett doubles it down and goes for more. Cryptic swings, and it's up to Project 90 and Dare. A little more than 90 problems right now for Badass on map number 2. Freshie does fall at the very least. Bomb is rotated down to B as well. Nobody is here to defend that from Wildcard. But Project 90 may very well fall. He does catch off for Darty at the very least. But I think Cryptic's already dove down the vents. Yeah, he's already to single doors. Brett is not too far behind either. Nade damage in. Headshot from Cryptic. 1 more kill is all they need. He's got the kit. He's got the ability to cross. He's just going to stick and hold. Project 90 cannot stop it. It will be 13-2 for Wildcard. And Badass, they were not really there on Nuke. It's like they phoned in that performance and have to be saving it all for Ancient because we're headed there after a very quick and blustery first or second map.
Yeah, Ancient is going to be where this one ends. Essentially a best of 1 on our hands. Looking at the stats, I really didn't get to dive in too much. We did see Badass win the map versus Rocket in CS2. That's something. And we did see Wildcard put up a decent attempt versus EG in the Yanshoping qualifier, losing that map 10-13 again. Before this, they had yet to win a map on CS2. They have finally done that, but it's a big question box. Do you think that performance from against EG gives Wildcard the edge coming into map 3?
Considering Wildcard do not like Vertigo, and they were that close on Vertigo against Badass, I have to favor them going to map 3. Not to mention the confidence you get from such a dominating performance as we just saw on Nuke, where on the T side, they were literally just running it out. It was literally contact rush A pretty much every single round for about 6 or 7 rounds towards the tail end there. That is an utter confidence play, and Badass could do nothing to stop it. So if you're Wildcard, why not go in full confidence? Why not go in as the favorites on map number 3? I have to say that they are.
I have to agree. I do think Wildcard have the momentum. They have the advantage. And I would say they're honestly better prepared all around for Ancient. Who will triumph in this best of 3? We will see when we return after the break.
Vertigo was close. 13-10, a narrow victory for Badass, but Wildcard ran rampant on Nuke and took that one away with a bang. 13-2 the finish. And they've called a timeout to kick off the pistol round here, Nate. They've started on the CT side. Not entirely sure if that means they won or lost the pistol. But it's Boggs and Puddle Phillips with you for the conclusion of this series. And Nate, I have to say, never mind, the logos are swapped. It's Badass who called a timeout to kick this one off. That's a confusing one.
Say Wildcard mind games. Badass, someone was in the restroom.
Yep, 100%.
It's got to be it. Someone's in the restroom, or they're AFK or otherwise involved and had themselves already readied up or something along those lines. Regardless, it was a brief one. No actual technical issues to be spoken of. And the investments look interesting. Utility for Wildcard with 4 Kevlar. 4 Kevlar, a kit, and dualies for Badass Gaming. And another aggressive pistol from Wildcard. No nonsense. Straight out towards A, or B, excuse me. Or no, it is A, excuse me. Get my letters mixed up. A is the name of the game. One player in Donut. Shane has so many players to worry about. He does find one, drops the bomb as well, but it will be quickly recovered. Frankie in towards Temple as a teammate as well. Brett with the P250 drops Dare, and Freshie here's Project 90 racing away. Freshie in the smoke. One, please, maybe? Not even. He's alive, sure, but could have been 2 kills at least for the Glock. Frankie does him in. Brett across the map, however, gets the kill. It's around the world towards B. Samarano will get the letter right. 2 versus 2. There's a kit for the defense.
It's going to take a minute to get back onto site, though. They know where Brett is. Do they know where Cryptic is? They're starting to clear him out. Frankie's been spotted. Brett needs to get the tap, but he gets tapped instead. Time for defuse. And Badass will take round number 1. The bomb plant coming through, though. Wildcard can force up. And I'm going to say they probably will. That's a critical win for Badass there. They needed a good start after that abysmal nuke, and they got the start they needed.
Yes, they did. Start they required. Keep in mind it was, what, a 2-10 half?
Yep, 2-10.
Well on their way to a far better scoreline in map number 3. Wildcard, as you mentioned, will invest 2 Mac 10s, a Deagle, and 2 Galils. Kind of all over the place. But I'm sure it's to facilitate utility. Just gonna walk right into the smoke of Jaguar. It is given up. I believe that was the res lineup for the Molotov as well to get control of Jaguar. Spam through the wall, not even finding much of anything. Freshio lurk, double dinks one, takes lots of damage, sure, but it's a lot of inroads over towards A. Snab in the meanwhile snags Cryptic. So 4 versus 4, more or less even footing. Snab on 4, Freshie on 10. Site control taken towards A.
Site control taken. Bomb will go down, but the retake is on the cards here for Badass. Though Snav is on 4 HP, Freshie's on 10. No nades except for the 2 on Wildcard. Smokes on 3 for the Badass. And the peek out from Shane gets 2. Freshie a little too late on that second swing. This leaves just the SMGs and Donut to hold this one out. The nades, will they combine for what they need? 1 nade in, not enough, but it does stop the plant. Already got 2 with it. 1 with the nade, 1 with the spam. Slight needs to go for this now. The stick, the hole is here. Slight's got nothing in the ammunition pouch. And Project 90 almost down, but not out. 2-0 the start for Badass. Another plant, though. Theoretically, Wildcard could force again. And considering the amount of damage dealt to Badass's economy, it would not be a bad idea. And they think so too. They're going back in again, Nate. But considering it is 1st to 13, that also could put them behind the 8 ball quite early.
could, but the lost bonus combined with the bomb plant means the buy is going to be even more formidable than the last. Everyone will actually have primary weapons this time. On the up and up, it can definitely punish the CT economy. If they win this round, they should have 2-2 under wraps. Already has a lot of caves control already. Wildcard are figuring out the tendencies of Badass, and again, a Mac 10 entry, this time towards B. Trade, and again, a double, though, in response from Snav. Taking them both down through the caves. Brett, well timed with the peak, finds one dare. Faking, no cigar on the peak on the response. Brett doubles up for his own pair. 3 versus 2, B site secured, and bomb plant should be forthcoming as well. No smokes to masquerade the crossings. Instead, a double peek towards long. Freshie and Brett combined for one. The last alive Shane is trying to find something. Only one, though. Good response from Freshie, pressing up short. And Wildcard swiftly on the board, picking up the M4s as well. The economy of Badass is in a very bad way. Wildcard can actually steal away the lead entirely here. Badass are going for an investment. If they lose this round, it'll be 2-2. And then Wildcard should have an easy waltz to a third.
Well, they can still save, or sell, I mean, but now they're going to go all in, Badass, which means, yes, an easy waltz to a third if Wildcard convert here in round 4. Bit of an if, considering the Deagles are out the rifle for Dare. Nades onto Project 90, down to half HP. Tucks back into the corner to stay alive. No A pressure off Wildcard. Badass have Dare pushed all the way through with the M4. That could come back and bite Wildcard severely in the behind. Dare's going to T-spawn though, and does he get by? He does slip through the gap. Oh lordy me, look at where they've gone. Freshie caught by Dare, stomping around. Now they know, but the problem is they've lost their man. Now Wildcard have to make it all work from down a player. Shane gonna get overwhelmed here, able to get the reload off and somehow get a kill out of that. Traded back into a 3v3, but geez Louise, that was way too close.
Yes, it was, and this duel from Slight could be foolhardy. He has the bomb and he's alone. He's gonna drop it and go for the duel. Ego peek, drops Project 90, secures the main advantage, and they will double back. Wildcard have been less decisive and more so wishy-washy in which direction they want to go. It's been multiple rounds now where this happened, and it might be their undoing. Snav lucky, rather unlucky, as Cryptic dodges the shots. Bomb plant secured, but do they expect a second in Dare to be all the way up at ramp? Yes is the answer. That's the rifle wielder dispatched, an AK upgrade for Cryptic. Just Snav on a Deagle, tagged, bagged. No, he finds the other, excuse me. Slight gets taken down by a 1D. Now Snav has a rifle of his own to save.
That'll help out into the next round for sure. But it'll be the hero rifle unless Badass want to go for another invest, because the force buy wars don't necessarily favor Badass at this point. You have a tie ball game too. No money to buy around this. It would be foolhardy to go all in. Just hero rifle this. Get a kill, maybe 2. Deagle out, maybe something. Let's just do a little bit of damage. See where it takes you. Don't gamble on this round. Too early and not enough cost-benefit analysis to the positive. Slight bringing out the op here could actually come back and bite Wildcard too, because that puts him in an awkward spot if he gets pistol rushed.
Yes, it does. It boosted up. He has support from Cryptic down below. In fact, a majority of the squad is here. Walks right in. There are 3 defenders, but 2 are locked out behind the smoke. Cryptic taking point. The IGL finds the first, looking for more. All 4 approaching from CT spawn. This boost is not yielding anything, but the USP will. Frankie finds that Freshie will take up his teammate's stead. Only good for 1 Dare. 1 Deags in response. Now things can get dicey, especially with the M4 in Dare's hands. He finds Darty. Slight on the op. It's a fickle weapon to use, but can he do it when his team needs him the most? Both players grouped up. Boosted. Hold the angle. Spot. Tag. Good kill on the first, but still 2 more to find. No flash over, so Brett can get aggressive. Excuse me. Good flashlight. A second. The last alive is not on the bomb. Brett will bait for his teammate, and they will combine fire when needed. Well done from Slight and Brett to rein things back in. Wildcard do establish a lead. That was just a half buy. All these rounds have been contentious, despite Badass Gaming not really putting too much into it.
Well done indeed, though, from those two, Brett and Slight. The early kills that Badass got were because Wildcard overextended. So that was Wildcard being too lax, thinking, no, well, we got this in the bag, boys. Let's just fight. Badass have enough individual skill to punish you with the demons. We've seen that throughout the course of this game. Map 1 and even some on map 2. Wild Spray from Brett does get 1 for 1. But I think right now Wildcard will take that advantage because it's 4v4, lots of space, and now a man advantage as Frankie gets domed by Cryptic in towards Donut. Through goes Dare, and he's traded it back. Dare is daring to try them. Freshy does not know he slipped through, but he has known it is a possibility. Freshy! Freshy!
He was forced ahead, Freshy. The Molotov was there, it compelled them into the site.
He got it clear, buddy.
Have to respect the possibilities.
Yeah.
Must have thought he spotted him or something else, because that was a lot of conviction walking into that exposed angle. Darty and Slight. 2 versus 3, walking up caves. It is a hands-off setup towards B. 190 all the way in the back lines. He does lots of damage, but he can't get the kill. Bomb plant secured. Again, the op has to do a lot here. Holding the cross, he'll find the shot. Slight is waking up, and again, seems like the op changes have not affected him too crazily. He's already ready for this flank. Dare's coming in with the AK. Slight, this is a very scary angle to hold with the op. Dare clearing it? No. Slight, a free kill onto a walking player. And a 4th secured for Wildcard. Again, none of these rounds are easy. None of these rounds are convincing shutouts. But dubs are dubs. 4-2.
It's like we say in hockey, doesn't matter if it's bar down or if it's a greasy garbage goal. A goal is a goal. Right now, Wildcard, they're getting it done with the greasy goals. They're just jamming away in the crease and getting it over the line. It's not pretty, but it works. Maybe here or later they'll come down with a snipe and the top cheddar, but as of right now, just get pucks on net, get people in there, and hope it goes in. That's what's working. This round should be a little cleaner, though. They've only got pistols up against them, and they should have learned their lesson. Keyword should. 1 donut, 1 on site. Donut is out now. Rotation's coming through. Nice 1 dig from Frankie to open it up, so I guess no learning lesson yet. No flashbang over top. Kind of does hurt Wildcard. Entry. Freshie 1, but he takes so much damage. He'll sit in the square, but he will not get the bomb down. Dare with a 5-7 this time. To a 3v3 as Slight trades 1 back. Frankie's still in Donut. Cryptic knows this, and he spots the gun.
Watered it, right?
I thought he did.
He 180 back. It was a bit of a delayed reaction. I think he got a call from a teammate, perhaps.
Yep.
Could always be a res issue. Slight with the drop snap. The last alive is Dare. We saw him get 1 through the smoke with the 5-7, but 1 is a little bit too much luck to be pushing. No more left for him in that round. 5-2, 3 survive. Rifles finally coming out yet again for Badass Gaming, but Wildcard have established quite a lead for themselves. Looking very good for them on the attacking side.
They can get the half at 7-5. I think Wildcard are more than set. Anything more is going to be even more punishing against Badass. Wildcard not going to pressure instantly towards A this time. More of a B snake default. Molotov will not stop Darty, who takes just shy of 30 HP. Ghost Snav is here. Wild Spray empty-handed on the frag. Snav is able to get out of dodge, and Dare catches a walk, peeking Cryptic. Maybe needed to be a cryptid to get by that op-scope. Brett falls to the low HP Shane. Rather, it was Snav was my bad there, but Slight also goes down to the op. Freshy and Darty. 2 very similar players in terms of how they normally position themselves in the map. The Freshy, maybe somebody looked to a little more to get the kills on the board. Snav peeking deep, holding, double swing. He had backup, didn't matter if he got the kill or not. Good setup there from Badass, and the bomb will be spotted.
I don't think it was. I think it's hidden behind the box.
Freshy's got time, but this is pretty unwinnable.
Now the bomb should be known. Throw back some snaps, should spot it. And Dare's already holding the double back into middle from the T crossing. Or the CT crossing, excuse me, all the way back of B. Freshie probably gonna have to save his gun, if anything, unless he wants to die quickly. 3 to 5 secured though at this point. Pretty much guaranteed. The ink just has to dry. Useless that preference for the AK in spite of the very difficult spray transfer.
The one taps. That's what you want.
It's true.
The talk about your one taps.
Scream reference for those of you wondering. It is kind of an
Are
old
we
reference
that
now.
old where Scream is a reference we have to explain?
Well, yeah, because Scream is now a Valorant player, buddy. I hate to tell you.
Seriously? No. Seriously? No.
Immediately calling a tactical pause. You heard it typed in chat the moment the round ended.
Yep.
The tick.
It's a good tech.
It is. Darty's quite low. He'll probably need a dropped weapon. Brett could drop a Galil if necessary.
Mac 10 it. Get Darty somewhere fast.
The Mac 10 has worked incredibly
Oh.
well. But no, there's actually an AK on the ground. Oh no.
No, Brett dropped it, and I think he sold a piece of utility.
Darty has no head armor though.
Worth.
I'd say it's worth it for the utility, yeah. Immediate lineup off a spawn for the red doors, I'm sure.
No donut. Oh yeah, no, that is red. Donut's a different one, I think.
Yeah, they had 2 lineups from the outset. Cryptic early lean towards A. We've not seen an outright A main play. But
Op.
Dare's holding it with the op. Yeah, it's going to be a walk-in for Cryptic and a free kill. All of Cryptic's teammates were way too far gone. No chance for them to trade. I'd say a lot of this round rests on Brett lurking up red doors at this stage.
Yeah, Frankie could also stop this single-handedly if he walks out. He's got help from Dare, too. They're going to double peek this. Do they clear? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Do they expect Dare? Surely not, though. Freshie is here, though. And Dare is ready for this. He has an idea. There's a couple people around. Brett spotted. Dare out. Freshie capitalizes. They know where Shane is, too. Brett already saw him. And Freshie's booking it to A. He's got a teammate with him in Slight on the op cross angle. And there goes Shane. He walks into the op. Nice little drive-by from Snap. That is a crisper. Freshie will deny any further heroics, leaving Project 90 the 1v3. That's a self-flash. No, that's a flash from Project 90. Freshie and tags down. Brett finishes him off. Up to Darty, Montana. Coming in through Donut. Mullet Man himself. We'll have to do it all. It is planted for him, and there is a smoke for Project 90. Smoke onto the bomb. Darty not peeking yet. Tap, spray, and pray. No kill, no spray,
Not even
no
close,
luck,
not even close.
No round. It's Project 90. What's the ninja? At least Darty gets out of there alive, but what an awful round to lose for Wildcard. A 1v3 where they just get picked apart, and then the ninja comes through to finish it off.
An unfortunate end to what was a good round. Both Freshie and Brett dying towards middle. Something that can't be happening there. Second tactical pause being used by Badass. Keep in mind they used their first at the start of this half, the start of this map even. Their economy's still not in the best of ways. They have the op on the ground, but a lot of players are dipping deep into their savings. They're not really building up too much economy. That being said, neither is Wildcard. Darty's going to have the AK. Do they force around it? Kind of. Cryptic's going all in, but Freshie and Brett are not. Gonna be a half buy for Wildcard. Maybe, okay. Brett, slight invest. Freshie kind of doesn't. Cryptic, okay. It's gonna be an investment. Freshie must be saving for the op. I think that's the goal.
That has to be it. I mean, the Galil can still do some work. And the Mac 10's gonna overwhelm Shane and Donut. He gets one, but not the second. Cryptic flies around that corner. Now there's an M4. Frankie 1 for 1 with Slight. Bomb going down on A again, but Freshie caught by Dare's op, who is really heating up here on Ancient. He's Spotted by Slight, though. That is a tiny pixel angle. The spray does not convert on the third contact. Cryptic, 1v2 from Donut. They do have that smoke, and it lands on the bomb. Tap. They're trying to bait him out, and he's got the right idea. Snap shows. Brilliant shot from Cryptic, and his spray does not find the low HP Project 90. This ninja, considerably more difficult. He's got to take the fight. Timing is everything. Cryptic on the angle. Headshot for extra overkill. And a little bit of the banter moment coming through, Nate. 6-4 to Wildcard.
Banter moment. BM banter moment. Tactical pause now exchanged by Wildcard. Calm things down after a clutch like that. Makes sense. Figure out the economy. Talk things out now that you've broken Badass. Establish a nice lead going into the second half. There's only 2 rounds remaining. Should get a 7th and hopefully an 8th off the back of that. That should set you up well going into the CT side of Ancient.
Only a couple more rounds to go, just 2. 8-4 possible. 7-5, likely the best case scenario for Badass unless they're able to pull off some magic deagle shots. Darty still has the SMG too, no helmets for Badass, and Brett will actually start the first one off well. Krieg finds nothing, but it's good to see that coming through in the early days of CS2. They know what Project 90 is, they also know where Snav is. He is tagging, but he gets bagged instead. Molotov is a little bit to Darty, but he's able to continue fighting on, pushing down towards Cube. Freshy gets another, has support from Darty, so it's not just a solo push, much better that way. Now it's just a cleanup operation, Slight, Krieg, and the second as he trades out Freshy, went a little bit too aggressive. 7-4, last round of the half forthcoming. Badass may have a glass cannon on Dare or will be without an AWP.
Op's done okay, but it hasn't been the showstopper that it was on Nuke. Or on Vertigo, even. It did have moments on Nuke. Definitely had moments on Vertigo as well. Slight going for the Op Light, remaining on the Krieg. Last round of the half upon us. Badass can stem the bleeding, get a 5th, bring it within 2, or Wildcard can really begin to establish a lead of 4 rounds heading into the second. Good start for Frankie between the 2 smokes, taking down Cryptic. It's not a commitment, just a walk around. Double stack in towards B. Good read and adjustment from Wildcard. Slight can't get the kill. 2 main advantage secured for Badass Gaming.
That's a nice finish from Brett on to Project 90, but it's still a 2v, now 1v3 for Darty as Snav comes on the flank. Shane in cave. Expected, but he needs a Frankie with him. In comes Frankie on the backstab. 7-5 will be the score at the half. It's salvageable for Badass, but Wildcard go to the favored CT side with a lead, looking to get their next win in ECL and go 7-0. Will it happen? Find out after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Badass stemmed the bleeding, brought it back within 2, but can they mount the comeback here with a pistol round victory? I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and what looked like a fast play towards B has slowed down a little bit, and Wildcard have stacked the site with many a cantrip. 4 players here, slight with dualies. Count that as 5 with 2 pairs of pistols, in fact. Snav, the last remaining throwing utility with a bomb on his back. Pairs very little better. He found 1, and that's all he'll get done. Cryptic and Slight, the dualies putting in work. And as we mentioned at the start of the show, it was kind of the freshy show for Wildcard with no support. And now everybody's finding their groove. Sure, Slice atop with 14. Darty below at 7, but it's a nice spread for them on the scoreboard. The scoreline definitely hits them as the favorite here.
Winning both pistols would have made it a lot more reasonable for Badass, but Wildcard give themselves that little extra boost. They already had pole position. They get out of that first turn much better than Badass here in the second half. Snav and Dare can't really do much here as Dare eats a nade to go down first. Project 90 goes down. Bomb will go planted, but a mop-up operation. Brett gets one on the UMP. That's not one I've seen yet in CS2. That means he has probably, I'm going to guess, no MP5/MP7 equipped.
And that would be fair, because those guns do typically suck.
Nate, you're going to be that harsh on them?
I'm a big MP5 enjoyer. I have it equipped.
You're an MP5 enjoyer?
Of course, it's a terrible gun. That's why I use it.
I'd rather use the Bison. It sounds better.
Oh, I have the Bison equipped too.
Good lord. You're a menace.
I'm actively sabotaging my team.
You are a menace.
Make no mistake, the MP9 is the only SMG you need. The other 4 slots are just funny.
That is true. Although I have the negative equipped, so I can't say better.
I move too slow with that gun. It makes me ocean sick. Op present for Dare early on. Cryptic with the MP9 is up close and winning. A lot of players again on B. Wildcard continuing to make the right reads. Frankie and Snap finding inroads, but Freshy is here spamming away so much damage to the last 2. They might both fall to this nade. Instead, only one does. Snap down to 16. Looking for this flank. It doesn't matter though. Brett will have him dead to rights given the HP disparity. Op recovered for Slight. And a very succinct road to 10 and probably 11 given the economy of Badass.
Yeah, 11 very likely, and that just puts Wildcard on the fast track to victory. Badass in the fast lane down under, and not to Australia. Speaking of, IEM Sydney, starting on the 16th, so I'm going to say 3.5 days, as today's pretty much the 13th for the majority of people in the US. Over in Europe, it's already the 13th for you guys, so about 3 days for you. Cryptic goes fishing with the MP9. He gets gobbled up by Snav instead, but he does a good amount of damage to the 2 in towards caves. Snav and Dare, both below the half HP point. Brett going up Snake will at least get 1. Nade should finish up Snav as well. It does. Darty gets digged, but we're still at 3v3.
Yes, we are. Frankie has an AK. A hero. He doesn't really activate either, but towards the middle he could drop Brett, and that might open Pandora's box. And towards red doors. You know, all Badass Gaming's play rests on this Frankie flank. That posted, walks in, finds the kill. Good job from Brett. Now Shane and Project 90 probably feel compelled to go in towards B, and they shall. Wildcard are making the wrong read, though. They think it's going to be A based off that player trying to flank. It's not the case. Freshy will hear the bomb plant eventually, but it's going to have to be a retake from all 3 of Wildcard.
They've already done damage on a Project 90, and Freshy will finish the job. Nade will chunk Shane down at 7 HP. That was a little more anticlimactic than I thought it would be. Headshot for Shane and not for Freshword.
That's low.
Shane down to the dualies of Slight.
Huh?
That's an interesting choice.
He's feeling it. That's all I can say. He's feeling it.
Yeah.
That range, going for the headshot with the dualies instead of your op. Especially when you're top the server.
Mm-hmm. great to see Slight in this kind of form.
It is.
Especially
worried about the
with
slump
Thunder
from
pick coming up for him.
Yeah. I was already across the board for every opera in existence, given the changes. I'm glad to say Dare's still doing fine. And so is Slight.
I would say Slight's doing more than fine right now, because his rifling's also been good.
That's fair. But I want to see him Deddy rifle, or Deddy op, excuse me.
You're going to need your Opera to be a much more prolific rifler in CS2, I feel, just because of how Peaker's advantage is on the CT side versus T side.
That's fair.
I think we'll see a lot more 5 rifle lineups on CT in general, or on T, I mean. But it's definitely going to be a very interesting adjustment period. And as changes are happening pretty much every single day, who knows, they might reverse the Kenny S nerf.
It might. Layer towards top Snake. Taken down. It's a good opening for Badass, the first that they've had in quite a while. It's going to be a group towards A now. Freshie is spotting. If the op of Dare swings at the right time, it could catch his shoulder. His hand shaking up and down. That means he has a smoke primed and ready. Comes the utility. She throws it's a Molotov, not a smoke. That does a lot more damage. One secured. Good quick scope from Dare, but the flames nip away at his heels. 3 versus 3. Nice double from Freshie. Rare slight miss on the op. No press all the way out Temple, though. Not even drop the bomb carrier. They don't expect this kind of audacious play. He'll find one. He'll force the bomb to stop planting while Brett presses. That's 2 for none. The last alive towards Donut will get one snap, sure. But the op of Slight has more than enough time to rechamber. 12-5. 7 map and series points for Wildcard, as the reverse sweep seems like an inevitability at this stage.
It really does seem like an inevitability, Nate. It really seems like Wildcard have done everything right on the last 2 maps. 13-2 on Nuke. And now a potential for a 13-5. Took them a while to get their first map in CS2, but it has not taken them long to get to match point what could be their second map victory in CS2. Good nade damage. Brett with the spray. Frankie the first one to fall. Not the start Badass needed. It's a long road of 7 in a row required. OT. And a leg shot from Slight. Brett peeks out and finishes the job. He's on 1 HP, but he's done more than enough. Slight gets caught. Dare might have been blind, but he got the spot before he did. And Freshie on the flank. Through A main. Might run into Dare. It's a matter of who peeks right. And it will be Freshie. 1 left is Snav. Bomb in mid. Good crisp headshot. Now, Wildcard, don't give this one away. Not again. He's getting chunked. He's getting pressured. They're walking in on him. Brett dinks him to the floor. And Brett's quad will get Wildcard across the line. 13-5 on map 3. A close loss on number 1 on Vertigo. But Nuke looks really good for Wildcard. Ancient strong as well against Badass and Nate. Wildcard remain undefeated in ESL Challenger League Season 46. Nate, you're muted.
Yeah, I am. It's awkward because I was talking. It's unfortunate.
We saw you.
Yeah, it's been a long day, a very long day. Wildcard, they do escape with a flawless record, but their record is still nonetheless marred by a map loss. That is what I was trying to say. They did lose a map for the first time in this ECL season, and that was at the hands of Badass. Not who I would have expected overall, but still, bravo to them for getting that map. I will say these second 2, Nuke and Ancient, have abated my fears, abated my worries that Wildcard were just not up to snuff on CS2. It does look like they still have what it takes to compete at the upper level in NA.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing I was afraid of too. I'm thinking, all right, this team's done really well to get to where they are at the end of CSGO. CS2 comes in and it just looks abysmal. They get some confidence. They show that they still have some prowess. Slight popping off is a very good sign for Wildcard. Freshie at the top of the board, Brett, Cryptic, and Darty all performing well individually, particularly on maps 2 and 3 is a great sign for Wildcard. Overall, they still do have to prove a little bit more, but they're going to be making a European trip in a couple of weeks' time, which will be great for them. But Nate, we're not done with Counter-Strike 2 for the week, are we?
No, we got one more day tomorrow, Bugs. That will be 4 straight days of Counter-Strike for us. It's good to get back into the swing of ECL. It has been a little while since we have gotten to broadcast, and I am glad to see it on CS2 as well. However, this does end our broadcast day for tonight. On behalf of my co-commentator Boggs and myself, Pineapple Phillips, and the broadcast crew we have over here on the ESL stream, we bid you a very good night, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Eastern for another ECL matchup. We will see you then. Have a good night.